Everyone, this is Chinmay from Make Auto Clinic. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about how to repair the rear master cylinder kit. When we are not able to get the master cylinder kit in the market, or the cost of master cylinder is very high, then this procedure is one of the best procedure. But I don't recommend, because it is always chance to have the fail. This one, repairing, because we do not know what is the bore condition of the master cylinder. So I generally recommend to replace the master cylinder rather than the repairing. But still, just in case if the material is not available, if the whole master cylinder kit is not available, and if the only master cylinder repair kit is available, that is seals and pistons, then definitely we don't have choice, then we can go for the repair. Now, how to do it? It is a very simple procedure. We'll just check out how to do that.
So for a start, you have to remove the foot peg, and foot peg is a basically stopper for the brake pedal as well. So you'll have to remove the brake foot peg from the motorcycle. Then you have to disconnect, or you have to remove the piston, the connecting rod, which is pressing the master cylinder piston. You'll have to disconnect the pedal spring as well, pedal retainer spring, as well as the brake switch spring. So both the things has to be removed from the, or you have to just disconnect, so it will not keep in those springs will be not in tension. So once you remove that, then you can start removing the master cylinder. Here is the connecting rod, what you see just hanging around at the bottom. You don't need to remove anything else. These are the two foundation bolts, which are M6, or we can say, according to spanner, 10 number. Those bolts you have to loosen. Just make it loose, don't remove the bolts, because you'll have to remove the master cylinder, the banjo bolt and the banjo pipe from the master cylinder. So while disconnecting that, you will have to keep the foundation as it is, so which can be used as a fixture. This is the boot, rubber boot, that is given to avoid the dust. Now, why do we need to replace or repair the master cylinder? Because we are having brake issue. The brake is getting tight, it's not releasing, so there is a power problem with the piston. The piston is not coming back to the normal condition when you press the brake pedal. Sometimes if you feel the brakes are spongy, that means you'll have to replace or repair. Generally, we prefer to replace the master cylinder rather than repairing the master cylinder, because if the bore is bigger than the seal diameter, then there is a chance of failure in that repair. So generally we prefer to replace. But if there is any problem, like stock is not available, master cylinder is not available in the market, then we don't have any choice going for a repair. And also sometimes client also force for that because of the financial condition. So it's all depending on the situation. So now we have disconnected the or we have loosened the foundation bolts of the master cylinder. Now we will just disconnect the banjo pipe by removing the banjo bolt. For removing the banjo bolt, this is the master cylinder. I'll show you. This is the master cylinder. This is the banjo pipe, banjo bolt, and the reservoir pipe. I have to remove the clip, in fact, while working on that. But let me just finish off first of all the banjo pipe. Now to remove the banjo pipe, just I'm going to put it back. Put the master cylinder back to the chassis. I'm just keeping one cloth underneath, because brake fluids are basically made from acids. So acid generally damages the color, so I don't want to damage my RAM anyways. So I'm just keeping everything underneath. You will have to use 16-17 open spanner. There is a slot given for holding the master cylinder. If you directly use the any spanner to remove the banjo bolt, then there is a possibility of breaking master cylinder or damaging the foundation of the master cylinder. So best is to use the 16-17 open end and 12 mm ring spanner. Just have to twist, it will come back. You can remove the banjo bolt easily. I have to do it on the spot only. You cannot do it once you remove that thing, the master from the motorcycle. It's not that easy. It's a very small spare part, so holding up is little bit difficult. So it's better to keep it on the motorcycle. Once you remove the banjo bolt, then you are free to go for removal of the master cylinder completely from the motorcycle. While doing that, you have to remove the reservoir pipe as well. It's going to flow a lot of brake fluid. I'm gonna use my pneumatic to remove the remaining part of the banjo bolt, remaining threads, because threads are fine threads, so it takes some time. So I don't want to use my spanner. Don't want to waste. If you have pneumatics and the best tool room and the ramp, then your work becomes very much easy. Of course, you need to know how to do the main job, the skill. So all those things, three things like spare parts, skill set, and the availability of the material is depending on. The overall work is depending on that only. So now I have disconnected the reservoir pipe. As you can see, it's flowing down. It's gonna get empty. The reservoir is gonna get empty completely. So let it be not an issue. I have already removed the bench board, so now the master is in my hands. Just clean the master cylinder. Don't use any fuel or the petrol or the diesel to clean the unit. You can at the most use brake fluid itself for cleaning purpose, but I don't prefer that also, because there is a possibility of powder coat may get damaged because of the brake fluid. So it's just dry cleaning is the best solution. Use high compressed air and just wipe out or dust or mud particles by using normal rag. So this is the master cylinder I have removed. Just remove the boot. Let me just set the camera. This is the rubber boot to avoid the dust. Since this master cylinder is fitted underneath, so there is a huge chance of getting damaged because of the water and mud, dust, rustiness, or the deposition of the master cylinder itself. So it's very often that we have seen that master cylinder is getting damaged. A little bit what we can say wrong position of the spare part. So you have to use a circle plier to remove the circle from the motorcycle, from the master cylinder. You have to be careful. All the spare parts, internal spare parts, are given from company side in the original kit. Remove the We have removed the clip. Now I have to remove the piston. So to remove the piston, I'm just going to use my pneumatic pressure, which is going to blow out the piston from the inside the bore like a bullet. You have to be careful. Don't use too much of pressure. It is just a slight pressure what you require. It is already coming out of the master cylinder, but still, this is a master cylinder major repair kit. What we say. This is the banjo boat what I wanted to show you. Just have to use 12 mm ring spanner, and here you have to hold 17 mm open end spanner. There is a slot open end spanner you have to put over there. For holding purpose they have given the slot, and then just twist the banjo board. It will come out easily. If you are able to get new banjo washers, then best thing. Otherwise, clean it up, inspect it, and just remove all the dents, and you can reuse the banjo washers. I prefer not to, but right now because of the spare part stock, we are unable to get some of the spare parts. Those washers basically company should provide, the banjo washers company should provide in the major repair kit, but unfortunately we are not getting. I'm going to blow out now that piston from the master cylinder body. Very light air pressure you need, like this. That's it. Now the piston is out. Once the piston is out, then the remaining, there are two spares which are still inside the master cylinder. This is the plastic bush or one of the polymer or fiber bush which is inside the white color, which you have to remove and replace. And there is one o-ring inside the master cylinder which you will have to replace. Everything is there in the repair kit. Clean the master cylinder properly, just make it dust free, then just blow out all the mud and dust particles from the cylinder by using the pneumatic pressure or the air blower. Patience is a virtue what we say, so you have to be very much patient while working on such kind of a spare part. It takes some time, but if you know how to do that, then the time you will be consuming very less time. I prefer not to use gloves. It's actually advisable to use, but sometimes feel is very much important. Bare hands gives you better feel while working on any spare part or on the motorcycle. Now we have to remove this white color polymer bush. For that, there is no specific or special tool, at least with me. I'm just going to use nose plier and one cloth. Cloth is just to avoid the damage of the edge of that master cylinder, and you just have to pluck out the plastic bush. Slowly it will come out. May break, but don't worry about it. You can pull out later on. You have to be very patient. You have to keep a lot of patience in this case, at least. Small piece just broke out, but that's fine, because anyways we have the bush in the kit. They have provided everything. I'm just going to pull out the bush, which is quite outside. Now I can hold up. Oops, I'm so sorry. Now this is the bush. Clean everything thoroughly inside. Don't use any fuel or diesel to clean the material, because acids or the brake fluid is basically hygroscopic. It is not it will not mix up with the fuel, so do not use that. You will damage the master cylinder. At the most you can use water, but I prefer not to do that as well. Now to be careful, there is one o-ring inside the master cylinder. There is a step where it is stopping. I'm using small connector or the screwdriver. This is the o-ring. Everything is available. You have to put everything new. This is gonna be the assembly is like this way. Very simple assembly. We'll just clean up the table first. We'll clean up the master for the next step. Just use a normal high pressure air to clean the master, and then you are good to go. Normally what happens that diagnostic, if you do the wrong diagnostic, then you cannot repair the brakes. You have to first understand the logic behind each and every spare. How does it work? Why it is given like that way? You have to understand the logic. Once you are clear with that mathematics or the logic, then the repair becomes very much clean. As you can see, this is the main bore, the hole of that master. If it is increased, this is the master cylinder major repair kit. If the hole is increased, which we cannot calculate, and if we repair it, then there is a huge chance that the repair is not gonna be a successful repair. So as I mentioned before, replacement is always best method than repairing. It's a break, but sometimes we can't help it, but you have to tell your client regarding that repair. Try not to use any aftermarket material in this case, because this is a very crucial material and the very important material or the spare part in the motorcycle. It's a brake, and we are completely depending on brakes. We'll just keep some one paper underneath, so new material will not get damaged because of the mud. It has to be very much clean. Slowly, just have to remove all the spare parts, keep it on the table so you can do the assembly properly. Keep it everything on the table properly. Make sure there is no dust over there. Now first, slowly we have to assemble the piston rather than the, I hope you guys can see. Let me just set up my camera properly once again. You have to assemble the piston first rather than assembling the whole unit, because piston has got some spares which are not fitted on the, I mean in this assembly. It's all in spares only. So these are the spares. This is the special grease. The grease is hygroscopic. It can mix up with the brake fluid, but I mean, don't use any other grease, not recommended. It is given specifically for that purpose only. Do not overfill as well, do not over apply on the piston material as well while fitting the piston assembly or inserting the piston assembly in the master cylinder bore. It's a special grease. Do not use any petrochemical or any other thing. You have to use that only. Just make sure your older piston, I mean, you what you are doing, just to tally yourself, just check out what how they have assembled the old piston, so you will understand the step very clearly. So I'm guiding myself like that only. I'm just checking everything how they have done, and now we have to assemble the new piston with the seal. First is the piston and then the brass shim or the washer which holds the main seal. This is umbrella type of seal. So the umbrella side has to be inside, and then the die which is going to hold up, that's it's aluminum die which is going to hold up the spring and to avoid the piston damage. That's the reason they have given that. Once you're done with that assembly, then you have to insert the o-ring inside the master cylinder. You have to be very careful while inserting. You can use the plucker, or best is to use your finger which can press the o-ring inside. There is a step so the o-ring will not go inside too much of inside. It will stop at one point, and then you have to use you have to press the polymer or the white plastic bush inside the master cylinder before inserting the piston kit. We are almost done and we are almost good to go ahead. Like this way, it will stop at one point. O-ring is absolutely fitted properly on that seat. This is the polymer bush which you have to press by using one of the socket. According to the diameter, you can just select one socket and then just slide fit it. Do not use any hammer or something. It will go easily inside the bore. Do not damage the bore. Just slide fit it. Once you are done with it, you can see the groove for the circlip. So make sure you have seated or you have fitted the bush properly. Now time to use this special purpose grease. Do not over apply, do not overuse. Apply it first on the oil seal. This is given for slide fit and smooth fit, otherwise the dry fitment can damage the oil seal. So to avoid that, it is recommended to use this specially formulated piston grease. Now you have to insert the piston inside the bore. Almost done. Make sure you are inserting properly. Do not cut or do not twist the oil seal. Make sure you are doing very well. Then slide fit by using thumb. That's it. It won't come out because it is not under pressure yet. Once you press it inside, then the spring will start acting on the piston. Apply some slight amount of grease on the piston so you can slide fit it properly. And now it is high time to fix up the circlip. Just put the circlip first and then press the piston and then lock the circlip. And last is the boot. This is how you have to do the assembly. It's a very simple, but it takes some time. Just patience. It's a matter of patience. Don't do anything, don't try to fix up everything in hurry, otherwise it will damage. And then again you will have to find everything new, or maybe you will have to replace the master cylinder, which will cost you a lot. There is a huge difference between both the things. I mean, repairing is always less costly than the replacement, but here I prefer not to, but still we don't have any choice. So I'm just locking the piston now. It is done. We are good to go. Now put the boot. Main assembly we have completed. Boot is very much important, even though we know that there is a huge possibility that mud or water may go inside, but it is always good to keep the boot. Unfortunately, this boot is not available in major kit. Basically, company should give these two spares, the banjo washer as well as the boot. Company should provide in the major repair kit, but unfortunate condition we are not getting that. Now it's high time to fix up the reservoir pipe as well as the banjo pipe. It is a reverse procedure which we are to use what we have done while removing the banjo pipe as well as the reservoir pipe. Do not keep any loose fitment. I don't prefer to use here, particularly I don't prefer to use torque wrench because the area is very cozy. Your torque wrench won't fit in that area because silencer is there, chassis is there, small subframe is also there, engine is also there, so it is very difficult. So you can go ahead with only hand tight, but make sure you're not over tightening also. Washers were not available, so I have to use older one only. So while bleeding, I'll get to know whether those washers require replacement or not. Clean the banjo pipe before fitment because mud or dust may damage the brake system. Use a blower to clean all the spare parts which are hanging around with the bike itself. Once you are done, then you are good to go for the brake bleeding. Prefer to use extractor rather than the pumping the master cylinder. If you pump, if you keep on pumping around while bleeding the master or the brake system, then the heat will damage the master or it will damage the brake fluid as well. We are done with the reservoir pipe. Now we are going for the banjo pipe. As I mentioned, use those two spanners while fitting the banjo pipe, but make sure first you have hooked up the banjo pipe on the master cylinder and then fix up the master cylinder on the chassis or the subframe where you can hold the master cylinder properly. You can use the fixture chassis or the subframe as a fixture for tightening the master. So you have to use those M6 bolts or the 10 bolts. Two different languages. If you say M6, then it's an industrial language, and if you say 10 that means it's an automotive language. So both the things are apply. I mean, we are talking about only one spare part, that is one bolt. So these languages you should know while working on the bike, because when sometimes you may have to buy spare parts from the or the nut bolts from the industrial area, so you should know how to and what to tell your storekeeper, because in automotive industry language is little different. If you use automotive language, then hardware person will or industrial person will say we don't have that. So all the dimensions are basically same, but only terms are different. Use 12 ring spanner and the 16 or 17 open end spanner. 17 is important because you get in the combination of, so 16 17 spanner is important and 12 13 spanner ring spanner is important. Open end and ring spanner. Once you are done, then you are good to go. As I mentioned, good to go for bleeding. You can use extractor. Best is to use extractor rather than going for a pumping that master cylinder. I have seen most of the time that in pumping only people have damaged the master cylinder or the brake fluid. So I have done the hand tightening. As I mentioned, there is no possible way using torque wrench over there unless and until the master cylinder you can fix up on the table, but that is not possible because the pipe will not allow you to do the job, because pipe length, both the pipes are having particular length. So because of the limitation you can't do that. Hook up both the springs as well as put the connecting rod or the push rod of the brake inside the master cylinder, which will complete the main assembly, and then you have to fix the footrest for stopping, which is a stopper for brake pedal and foot peg as well. This is how we have completed the assembly or the repair of the rear brake master cylinder. I hope you have liked this video. I will try to share about the front master cylinder as well, front brake master cylinder. Fix up the foot peg and you are done.
You just saw how I did repairing of the rear master cylinder. Although I'm sorry, although I don't recommend, but repairing. But there is, if there is no choice, as I mentioned before, if there is no choice, then we don't have any other choice. I mean, we'll have to repair the master cylinder. But do not trust on that, or do not consider that it is gonna be work out like before. There is a chances that you may have a failed brake. So just be careful. If you are having a proper skill, and if you are having proper tool set with you, then definitely repairing can be done without any damages. But the bore condition of the master cylinder is always the worry part. So I don't know whether it will work for longer period or not, but right now we don't have choice, so we are just repairing. So anyways, I have just shared this information how to repair the rear master cylinder kit.